So when Baba was teaching Abdul Baba used to write all that, whatever Baba says, he'll be noting that in his diary. And that is called Abdul Baba's diary, which is still preserved in the Abdul Baba's cottage, which is opposite to Chavadi. Sorry? The language is different. The language is in the old Modi script, Maharashtra. Yeah. But it got translated. Yeah, it got translated long back, And I also has been blessed to go through that. And I used artificial intelligence to decode some of that. No, it is only in Modi script and Persian, Arabic. Yeah. So why I'm saying that? Because this work of Abdul Baba's diary, the way it has been written, it is very much matching with Shah Murtaza Babni. So I want to know more about Shah Murtaza Babni because I want to know where this all connects. So when I was looking for Shah Murtaza Babni, I didn't get any information. I was not able to trace. Then somewhere I found Shah Murtaza Babni got another name. His another name is Mrityunjaya. Got it? Shah Murtaza Babni is the Muslim name, but he got that name called Mrityunjaya because he was closely following to the Anand sect of northern Karnataka, Shaiva. They belong to the Shaiva tradition. So he belonged to that tradition. So he got the name Mrityunjaya. When I was following that name, Mrityunjaya, I started getting a lot of information about Shah Murtaza Babni. This is the culture of Marathwada, the beautiful mixed culture. Getting my point? So, what I'm trying to say is, that Baba belongs to that lineage. Okay? And coming back to the chronological order, we were talking about the 8 years. Baba met his guru when he was 8 years old. And then he served his guru for the next 12 years, right? Until his guru took Samadhi. When his guru took Samadhi, Baba was around 20 years old. And that was the time Baba started appearing under the neem tree. And he was wrongly identified as 16 years old. But actually Baba was 19, 20. Like 19 years or 20 years old. It happened, just 3 years difference, Yeah, it happens that way. So he was there, right under the neem tree. And he lived there under the neem tree for the next 3 years. This is very, very significant. Why I'm saying that was a forest, right? The neem tree, that Gurustan area, was a forest that time, no facilities, nothing. And Baba was living under the neem tree for the 3 years, all the winters and summers. We know how, horrible the winters and summers of Shirdi will be. And he was just living under the neem tree without anything, no friends, no relatives. And most of the time he'll be eating the neem leaves for his hunger. No one was there, but he was living with one Vairagya under that neem tree. That Vairagya that given to him by his guru. He was living under that Vairagya. I will come to that. The Vairagya is serving humanity. That is the quality, the attribute, character of the Guru Parampara. To serve the humanity.
You guys long down to ask some question, or you want to finish the...
Sorry?
Can I ask a question, or you want to finish your sequence?
Yeah.
Before I forget.
Yes, please.
Maybe another research. There is a book written by some professor. The book is in Delhi. But the real, also the real background of Baba. That the book is written that he was a Brahmin. I didn't get.
I think you're talking about V.B. Kerr. Because he is the one who did extensive research about Baba's past.
Yes. We have the book.
That is called, I forgot the name of the book. It is written by V.B. Kerr. His wife, Indra Kerr, now she translated the Marathi Satyajitra into English, as it is. Yeah.
Because I had translated the Satyajitra, I still want to self-appreciate.
Yes. See, in that book only it is mentioned like Baba belonged to that. Right, But that the way he concluded that book, like this. See, he collected all the information like the way I collected, no, because it, Baba's history is not limited to Satcharitra. But we know Baba to Satcharitra. That gratitude we should hold. Baba's history is much more beyond that. It is there in B.V. Narasimha Swami's books, 5 volumes of books, Life and Teachings of Shirdi Sai Baba. And there is a old Sai Leela magazines are there. Yes, it is there. It is all 1920s editions are there. There are many books are there. But what I'm trying to say is Baba's history is so unlimited, we'll keep on getting that. Sorry, Patri, right? That's what I'm about to come. See, Baba, when people visiting Baba from Patri, he will be asking about certain peoples there. Right? So, there is an assumption that Baba may belong to that because it is said that Baba told the Mahastabhiji that he belonged to a Brahmin family, kind of. Okay. So, this is information. So, Vibhika went to Patri. That was Vibhika. Vibhika. Kar. The Kar is the last name. So the Vibhika, he went to Patri, which is some 300 kilometers from Shirdi. Yeah. He stayed there and he started his research there. This was like 1970s. Okay. He stayed there and, he stayed in one of his friends' place, and that guy is an advocate. Okay. And when he was there, he wants to know that, who are the Brahmins family living there in the Patri. There are some 6-7 people who are living. In that, one family got Hanuman Swami as their family god, family deity. So, because we all know that Shirdi Sai Baba was very much connected with Hanumanji, right? And, maybe Vibhika said that maybe, because of this, because when he was inquiring into that family, there was one family that got 3 kids. One kid, the kid was like 7-8 years old, went on missing in search of God. The kid was in a very small age, was talking a lot about God. And that kid went on missing, a boy. So that's one thing. The second thing is, when he was talking with that advocate friend in his office, a Muslim family came regarding some case with that advocate. When they were talking, they said, the boy in that village met one fakir. Maybe that's Baba. That's what they said. So Vibhika concluded that it may be Baba's birthplace. And he said that, I'm not sure about that, but it may be highly likely it may be Baba's birthplace. And he, finished the book saying that Baba's guru is definitely a Sufi, but we don't know who is that. That is how he finished, and that's what you are referring to. Yeah, it's Vibhika's book. Maybe I will share that later. The book. Yeah. So coming back to this, when Baba was living under the neem tree 3 years, under the hot sun and the winters, the cold winters, with no one there to help him. That time Baijama was not there. Later only Baijama came. Just think, he was passing on all the weeks and days and months with all under the sun in the nights. I always used to refer this, wherever I talk, and I always quote this, that one day when I was coming back to my home in Shirdi, I saw a mantis insect, a big mantis, a stick-like insect, right? The big one that was on the way on the corridor from the car parking to my home. Yeah, that's a big insect, a stick-like. It looks like a stick. It was there. That gave me an instant thought that, in this era, good lightings are there, people are moving and all that. That insect is there. I started thinking, 170 years ago, Baba was living under the neem tree. How many insects would have crawled on him? How many, venomous creatures would have crawled on him? How many, the insect bites he would have taken? So I wrote an article and I posted in my groups, and one sister said that Murliji, Bhaiya, don't worry, he's God. You know how to handle. See, I would like to, clear it here that, when he is Sakshat Parabrahm without a second thought. But he attained that, he started the journey as a human only, just like us. So when he was into that journey to become the Sakshat Sadguru Parabrahm, but before that he was like us, going through all the struggles. In that struggle, he was just 19, 20 years old, sitting under the neem tree, taking all the insect bites and all that stuff. If we are seeing him as a God, we are overlooking his struggles. Am I right? If we see him as a God, of course he is, but he attained later after 1886. I will come to that story later. But until 1886, he was just like us, a sadhaka, doing all the yoga sadhanas and he was doing behind all that thing. But he went through a lot of troubles and sufferings just to help the humanity. So if if we see him as an avatar, God and all that, we are overlooking his troubles. And we are teaching our kids like, he's God, he will take care. No, our kids should know that he is a human. He struggled and attained that. It's an inspirational story, right? If you are saying that God, it's an easy job. No, don't do that. He is a human. He struggled and achieved that. That story should be passed on to the kids. So this 3 years under the neem tree was, a very challenging period for Baba. That's what I'm about to say. Until that, there was a guru to take care of him. But now he's not, because all that 12 years, he was totally dependent on his guru. But now guru is not there. Just a young boy, 19, 20 years, sitting under the neem tree and spent the next 3 years. And then something, made him to go to Aurangabad. Because we think that Baba was missing from Shirdi for a quite long time, right? We all know that there was a missing years of Baba in Shirdi. And that time, actually, he went to Aurangabad. 3 years. 3 years he lived under the neem tree. Then after the end of the third year, he went to Aurangabad.
3 days when he had the body.
No, it is not 3. He was 12 years. He was not there.
No, I mean, the moment, this is another question. The moment that he was telling to protect my body, after 3 days.
That's 3 days Samadhi. That happened after 1886, during 1886.
Do we know where he was, where he went?
That's what I'm about to say. Yeah. See, let me go with the years. See, Baba born somewhere in 1832. Okay, that's what I said, as per the British record. And he met his guru when he was 8 years old, that is 1840.
Yes.
And he served his guru for the next 12 years, which is 1852. And then he lived under the neem tree for the next 3 years, which is 1855. Then he went to Aurangabad. That was his missing time for 12 years. Another 12 years. Yeah. Sorry? That's what, see, he went to Aurangabad. 1855, he went to Aurangabad. He stayed there in Aurangabad until 1867. And there he served another fakir. Though Baba didn't accepted him as a guru, but he gave a lot of love and respect for that old fakir. It was not my words, it was Baba said. It is again recorded in G. Carpenter's diary that one time Baba told G. Carpenter that I went to Aurangabad, I saw one fakir there, old fakir there, inside a dargah. That dargah is near a big tamarind tree. That fakir initially didn't allow me to come in. Later on, he allowed me, and he was surviving with one roti in one, in one time of a day. That to an old woman will be serving that. Then I took his permission and I went for a bhiksha to get food for him, and I served him for 12 years. This is what Baba said. It is there in the Jeep Kapate. This happened in Aurangabad. I found out that. I'll tell you, I'll explain.
There was a family of Aurangabad. Somewhere it was in Rahata.
No, that's what. Later on, Rahata is added later on. See, this is 1867. 1867, he's coming back. He's coming back to Shirdi. He was coming back to Shirdi. On the way, there's a place called Sindon Bindon, which is between Aurangabad and Shirdi. There is a forest area called Sindon Bindon. There is a Kanifnath Maharaj Mandir is there, one of the Navarath Mandir is there. There he stayed for 2 months. Now also we can go and see. That is where he met Chand Patil. Baba was living there under a mango tree and a Kanishnath mandir. During that time only, Chand Patil was there looking for his house, and we all know that story. And then with Chand Patil, he came to Shirdi. And that time, it was like 1861, Baba was like 35. Yes, yes. And it was recorded. It is not our hypothetical theory. It is recorded that one local Shirdi guy called Ramgir Bua, that is one of the characters in Satcharitra. Ramgir Bua said, it is in Satcharitra. So he said that Baba came with one guy called Chand Patil, and Baba was looking in his 30s. And Baba was having a long hair up to his hip and having a green cap. This was defined, this description was given by Ramgir Bua, that is there in Satcharitra. So it is very evident that, Baba was coming back to Shirdi second time when he was 35 years old. So first time when he came to Shirdi, he was 8 years old. And second time when I came, he was like 35. And then he lived in Shirdi for the next 4 years. And again, that 4 years, half of that he was again under the military. And then later he moved to Dwarka because of a great flood happened in Shirdi. And at that time, they already know Baba, and he was so worried about Baba, what happened. Because all the guys were locked inside their house because of the flood. When the flood receded, then he rushed to see what happened to Baba. Baba was simply sitting under the neem tree with all the filth on him, the flood filth on him. So then Malsabdi requested him, Baba, please, there is a place, you can go there. Then Baba moved to Dwarka, the old masjid. Later he named it as Dwarka. This happened somewhere between 1867, 1871. I'm trying to get the exact date of that. I will be getting that, but for sure happened between 1867 to 1871. And then, that is 4 years after he came back, he again went back to Aurangabad, because when he was, coming back from Aurangabad, he promised that fakir that he will come back. So to keep up his promise, Baba went back to Aurangabad to see the old man fakir, and then he brought him back with him. When he was coming back, they stayed in Rahata. They stayed in Ahmednagar first for some few months. Then they stayed in Rahata because there was Baba's well-wishers are there in Rahata, the Kushal Chand family. They recorded this. They said that Baba came from Ahmednagar with this guru. And what is the name of that fakir? His name is Jawar Ali. We all know the name in the Satcharitra, right? Jawar Ali. And his name is very badly portrayed. He is not like that. The ground reality, the information gives a very different scenario, that he is a celebrated awliya in Ahmednagar, both by Hindus and Muslims. He is, very old, like 40, 45 years elder than our Baba. And he is well celebrated, worshipped there in Ahmednagar, because he did a lot of miracles. He healed a lot of people. But unfortunately, I don't know what politics that he was very wrongly portrayed as a, very arrogant, egoistic man. He is not. Jawaharlal is such a sweet person, actually. That is why Baba served him for 12 years. Yes.
Shall we take a break?
Yes. Yeah. Yes, please.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
We will take a small break and then we'll come back and he will continue with the story. And please come back.